Sit back, relax, and put your headphones on. She's got the vids to keep you watching YouTube all night long. Her name is Shay.
This is Shay, and today I'm here at Queen's Medical Hospital with
Cedric Lorenzo.
And we're here to check out the latest and greatest robot technology, the Vinci SI. In a quick way, what is it?
The Vinci SI is the latest and the greatest in surgical robotic instrumentation. This allows us to perform surgery in some of the tightest, most difficult places, perform the surgery with great precision, less blood loss, and for patients, improve their function afterwards, get them back to work as soon as possible, and with little pain and better outcomes, and better cosmetic outcomes after the operation.
So robot, meaning that the robot does all the work and you just kind of hang out?
I wish, no. What happens is that the surgeon will sit at the surgical console right there, and your movements that are on the console are then translated to the robot here. So no thinking is done by the robot, the thinking is still done by your surgeon.
Oh, so no kickbacking and relaxing,
No, I wish you could do that. Yeah, we're actually working. But it's done in a way that's very ergonomic, so the wear and tear on the surgeon is not as great.
Can you give us a little overview about what we see here?
All right, so this is the patient side cart. This is the part of the robotic system that actually comes to the operating room table. And you have many arms kind of looking like an octopus, and each arm is attached to an instrument. And with pulley systems, the instruments are then moved based on what the surgeon is doing there at the surgeon console. So we can do that with great precision, less tremor, with great accuracy.
Let's check out the console where the surgeon sits down.
So this is the surgeon console where the surgeon will actually sit, and very comfortably, of course, and the surgeon will then put their two hands and their fingers here at these manipulators and be able to visualize the surgical field using this 3D high definition technology. And this is where the surgeon is able to then manipulate the actual side cart, that's what we saw earlier, and perform the actual operation.
I see pedals down there. Do you use those pedals down there too?
Exactly. So these pedals are used to control different functions of the robot, including energy. We employ energy in surgery to cut vessels, decrease bleeding, and to perform as bloodless an operation as possible. So this is what some of these pedals allow us to operate. This also allows us to take pictures, to move the camera, to readjust if we need to. So this is almost like, driving a car. There's various controls and instruments that you use with your hands, but also with your feet. There's also different ways to, like when you adjust the seats in your car, you can bring this down so that, it's to your height. Someone like me who's very tall, of course, has to have it brought all the way down. Someone who's 6 feet high might need to have this, brought up a little bit more. So again, the whole point is getting the surgeons comfortable so that they're able to perform surgery in a very ergonomic way with less wear and tear on them, and maybe have you operate till you're 90, I don't know.
You said bloodless as possible. What do you mean as bloodless as possible? Is they're just, patients are in and out a little bit quicker because of this, or?
That's part of it, but what this allows us to do is actually visualize a lot of the planes that we're operating on. Sometimes when people used to do surgery in an open setting, a lot of it was very distant from your eyes because you're trying to operate under bony structures and whatnot. And the precision was there, but not as great as it is with the robot. By allowing us more precision and allow us to bring in instruments that help control bleeding, we're able to decrease the blood loss in various operations because of it.
That's very neat. What is the average amount of time a patient would spend in here? I know it varies from what they're undergoing here, but how long would a surgeon be sitting at this robot?
It depends, like you said, on the type of operation being performed. You can do surgeries with the robot that last less than an hour, and sometimes 5+ hours. It really depends on what the patient is coming in for, how complex the operation is, how sick the patient is. Sometimes if you have huge tumors, for example, it takes a lot of delicate work. And in order to get the whole entire tumor out, and again with little blood loss, you have to go very slow, but again with fine movements using the robot.
So could you show us the headquarters and the main part where all the information is stored and how the information gets to the actual arms over there?
Okay. So again, this is the console, this is the side cart. This is basically the control unit. This is where everything is sort of integrated. And so if you take a look over here, you see where we have all of our light cords, basically our CPU. This is where all of the information and data is integrated. And we have extra space here for different other devices. But this is where the processing or the brains of the system lie. And all of them are connected with cables. So if you take a look on the floor, there's all these different cables that connect all the different units together. And so one of the great things about this new model is that the number of wires going from one unit to the other is less. So setup for the OR staff is much, much quicker.
Could you show us an example?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, let's do it.
Okay. So I have my right and left hand and my fingers in the manipulating or the master controls. And as you can see here, as I'm moving my right hand, it's translating to movements on the robotic arm. And I'm using my right fingers to pick up this green rubber band here. Then I'm going to bring my left fingers to stretch it apart. So you can see how every movement I make with my hands is being translated one-to-one to the robotic movements. You see that?
Yes. Now, is that something that needs advanced training, or can someone like me just kind of hop on there and see if I can move those rubber bands?
I think you could do it. We had, we recently had a mall tour, and we've had kids, I think as young as 5 or 6, getting on this robot. So part of the way the robot is designed, and if you take a look at the robot's parent company, it's called Intuitive. It really translates movements that we find very natural, very intuitive, and allows us to perform surgery. So it doesn't take a lot. I mean, you definitely need the surgical training to know what tissues you're working with, but to basically use the robot and to manipulate the robotic arms, you don't need much training for that. So we can get you on.
All right, let's try it.
All right. So we'll get you back situated. So make sure that the eyes are at a good level. Is that good for you?
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and put your fingers back in the master controls.
Here.
Okay, good. And your left hand is the one that has the bipolar. So you try and open and close the device. Okay, that's a curved instrument, right?
Yes.
Okay. So you're gonna take this foot and you're gonna go one more over right there. That blue pedal is the control.
Oh!
Is that amazing?
Yes. I noticed that this is shown in 3D here.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's 3D high definition. So again, that's what makes up for our loss of haptics. Again, when you use the robot still doesn't have that capability to give you feedback of touch. So we don't know how much we're pressing on the tissue, but that it's made up because the vision that we get to see is much greater than our own. So we get to see things in such great detail, it's amazing.
Any last words you want to say about the high-tech thing that's going on in this room?
It's amazing how much technology has changed over the last 10 years, and it's amazing that the Queens Medical Center at this point is still the only center outside of Tripler that has this technology, and it allows us to perform some great work on the people of Hawaii. So if you're considering surgery, consider the Queens Medical Center.
I'm really anti anything and everything medical. I'm a person that needs to be really prepared for even getting a TB test shot. Blood test is just really not my thing. But after seeing this, I think I'm okay with a surgeon operating me on this because I know it's going to be less blood and it's more precision and
less pain,
hopefully, and that I won't be as, I guess, exposed, right? Because you're really working in a small place as opposed to like opening everything up.
Absolutely. What we're trying to do is minimize the trauma that we cause. And so by using technology like this, we're able to really focus our efforts on the organ that we're operating on, and eventually, patients go home sooner. You get to recover at home instead of in the hospital. So yeah, this is, if you needed this operation or needed surgery, this is one way to get it done in a way that's not going to be too intrusive.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming today.
And that's all for today. Thank you. See you.